Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods 6. So today we're going to be picking back up where we left off. We started off getting botany pots and getting seeds, but then we set out to automate those and to get all the seeds and everything that we wanted, and it's taken a little bit longer than anticipated, mainly due to the fact that we had to find a desert, and there's lots to see and do within this pack as we explore, so a lot to kind of check out and a lot of stuff to gather since we just started the pack. So I decided to split it off into 2 episodes. So we'll be picking back up where we left off and then pushing on to getting our botany pots automated and getting our seeds automated and all that fun stuff. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and pick back up where we left off. Okay, so at this point, I am going to drop a waystone here. We're going to call this Desert. We're going to warp home. I'm going to drop off some of this stuff. Alright, so let's get ourselves some Desert Novas. I think, yeah, these can make orange dye. So may as well grab a few of these. Wow, what's going on? Well, I was hoping it would stop. Fire Lily for Ice and Fire. My goal is just to get home now. I've got enough cactus now, so I'm just going to warp home, and then hopefully that fixes this lag, and if not, we'll be home. And then I can restart and it not lag me again or anything. I may actually just need to restart the pack entirely. I know from what I read, there's some mods that have memory leaks, and that kind of seems like what's happened is because I've been on here for a while, so it seems like it's probably garbage dump, and it's just having to dump constantly because of the memory leak. Is what I'm assuming. So I'm just going to completely restart the pack up, and then we'll come back. Okay, we seem all better now, so that's good. I'm going to get 4 of those going. For our nature agglomeratic, pumpkin, potatoes, sugarcane, cactus. There we go. There's 4 of those. And let me get our other stuff that we need. And there we go. And I want to start getting into chipped also. Because this is basically a lot like chisel, so there's a lot of different things here. It's kind of a lot nicer though because you have these workbenches, and I especially want it for these right here, so I am probably going to start into that, basically just making the benches. So there's various different benches, so if you take a look at, say, this, you need a mason table, glass is going to be done in the glass blower, and so on. So I probably will, maybe between episodes, set up an area for chipped, because I do plan on doing a bit with that. Then let's get ourselves some lime dye, and then we're going to get our dye, then we'll get our dye seeds. So there we go. We'll have all the seeds that we want right this second. I do plan on getting gold seeds, not for the resource for like expansion, but I do want gold seeds for basically just for building, because I do plan on using a bit of gold within our builds. And probably a few other things will come up, but these are the most important things right now. Okay, now let me get a couple things together here. I'm going to need that we found today. And actually, to do what I'm wanting to do, I'm going to have to head down. I am going to need to find a little bit of diamond. Just really, really quick. Basically just 1 diamond is all I'm going to need. Oh, there's a lot of zombies. Oh, what did I just get? Oh, I got reinforced iron boots of tenacity. Alright, we'll take it. Diamonds are actually proving pretty rare in this pack, I'm noticing. Which I do like that. I find that diamonds are generally way too common most of the time, and so I'm actually quite enjoying them being rare for a change. To go corundum clusters, but I do not see any diamonds here. I do know that there is, like if you take a look in tips and tricks, diamond site, I'm not sure that might be worth doing, because we could definitely pull that off. So if we don't find it pretty quick, I might make one of those just so that we can find some diamonds a bit easier. But I was hoping just to come across like one little batch of diamonds. To be fair, I do need the mining because there's lapis, and I currently don't have any of that. Okay, I mined just a tunnel. I've come out this far, and I've actually now found our very first diamonds right there, buried in all this lava, which is fine. I need lava too, so we're gonna go ahead. Just do that, and I guess probably just take it slow. Go ahead and just light this up a little bit. Is this tunnel? Yeah, this tunnel's pretty safe. Okay, where can... Okay, mobs actually can't spawn anywhere. Perfect. Oh, this is pretty good sized diamond vein for our first one, I think. Yeah. That is not bad. Alright, so then what we're going to do is... let's actually leave that water there. Let's get ourselves a diamond pick. Ooh. And... let's go ahead and mine... Wait, I have the wrong setting. I want to set this to shapeless. There we go. Ice Bucket Challenge. There's a stack of obsidian. Not too bad. Okay, at this point, I am going to drop a waystone here for now. And we're just going to put mine on there. That way we can kind of pop back down here as we need to. Because going down through all those tunnels is a little bit of a process at the moment. So, and let's grab that flint and steel that we picked up earlier. And we're going to set ourselves up a nether portal. Honestly, we're just going to put it somewhere. I have a plan for our nether portal. But it's not going to be over here at all. So we'll just set it up as kind of a temporary location. And then we will set up a new one later. So, there we go. Light that. And we are going to pop into the nether for very, very brief period of time. We're not going to spend a lot of time there. I don't believe that the nether is super crazy hard on here. Oh, and we actually spawned... Oh, man. We're in the Crimson Gardens. In probably... quartzite sand. Probably an awful, awful starting location. Actually, not a bad one, though, realistically. Once we dig a tunnel out of here, which actually right up there is the bottom of a crimson forest. Though I think, probably for what I need, it would probably be better to start down here. There's cobalt, there's crimson iron. I love it. I love it a lot. Let's just mine over... Let me set this to small tunnel. We have some quartzite sand. Let's just keep going this way. Ooh. That must go pretty far out. And we're in a quartz desert now. Okay, I really don't need to be going into quartz desert. What I need to be doing is probably just mining down right here. I like this quartz sand because there's like a small chance, like normally you'd get flint, well on here with the quartz sand you can get quartz. So kind of a nifty little thing. Especially if you were to vein mine up a lot of it. I need to go back over towards that for what I want. But yeah, I mean, I guess where my nether portal is isn't bad because I've spawned in a place that has no gas, and so I can kind of make my points of entry on my own, which is actually kind of good. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Oh. Oh, it's a zombie pigman spawner. Huh, okay. Right over here is what I need. Let me just kind of tiptoe my way around this. And right here, I'd like to grab, actually, while we're here, let's just set this to shapeless. There we go. There's 32 magma blocks. 33 magma blocks. Maybe there was lava right there. Then let's head up. That's really all I came to the Nether for, so. Oh, oh, oh. Skeleton assassin. Oh, I'm going through. I'm going through. That thing throws shurikens. Oh, that was kind of cool. Okay. Let's get out of there for now, though. We'll go back to the Nether, but not right this second. Alright, now we should be good to go now, I think. I'm going to sort all this, but... Okay, so what we're going to be making is going to be a user. So let's go ahead. And I'm going to need a piece of redstone. We're going to be making an item user. From a cyclic. Let's get 2 of those. And I think this will be the best way to get our resources automated, and it's going to work with our botany pots. Now this is going to require some power. So what options do we have for just some quick, easy, early game power? And I'm going to go do just a little bit of mining here, I think, for our power. I just want something nice and passive. It doesn't have to produce a lot of power. I just need a little bit of power. Okay, this should be the last of what we need for the lead. Because we are going to be using a little bit of lead for this, but beyond that, nothing very expensive and very doable for us. It's not going to produce a lot of power. Nor is it going to produce power all the time, since we are going to be going with just a solar panel. But it's going to produce enough power that we don't have to worry, because what we're going to be setting up is for slow growing crops and pretty slow pots. So not really a big deal if it runs you know, super consistently or anything like that. So let's go ahead, throw that in. Still don't have ore doubling. It's really not a rush for me. Because getting stone and stuff automatically coming in is far more important for me at this point than automatic resources, to be honest. So luckily we just went to the Nether. And let's get ourselves some metal bars. We're going to be going with an Engineer's Decor small solar panel. They're pretty good at what they do, to be honest. And, I mean, there's some other options. You know, we could go through the basics of mechanism to get into mechanism ones. They're super cheap. Power ones, also super cheap. And then just the Solar Flux Reborn ones, also super cheap. In this series, since we did a lot of solar in Stacy, I don't plan on doing a lot of solar in here. I just don't want something that takes a lot of setup at the moment, because we're basically just going to be setting this up for our passive resources. I'm going to grab just a little bit more redstone here, because we're going to need it. This is going to be a little bit costly initially to set up, I think. Let me get these. There's our solar panel, and then let me get 2 of these. I did make some item pipes. Let me also get energy. Get that smelting real quick. And as far as where we're going to set this up at, but actually before we set that up, let's go ahead and get a timer also, because we are going to need this. It should work just fine. Should work being the key word. I haven't tested it, so I usually don't test things because usually I just expect them to work. Then let's get ourselves a block rotator. We're gonna need a workbench. We can just do it with cobblestone, and then we're gonna need some mason cobblestone. There's that. A little bit of string and another dispenser. Okay, do I have any more string? Not really. I really need to get a cotton farm in place. Let me plot out one of those real quick, because I'm really struggling on string at the moment. Most of the farms that are up around the village are things that we really need, and then we will expand out with like more farms as we go. All right, I'm gonna need 3, 4, 5 for this, and then I'm just gonna replant the rest, because I feel like every time I turn around I'm needing string and I'm struggling with it, and I shouldn't be struggling with it. Okay, there is our block rotator. Then our iron should be done. Let's get our pipes. Energy pipes in this case. Item pipes, super cheap. Just a couple droppers and some iron. Because we are going to be using those. Now I know that pipes not the best option for performance. We will eventually change that out. But for now, they're cheap and available to us. Okay, now as far as where we're going to set this up at, I think we're going to set it up over in here. Yeah, actually right here would be really good. Let me get 3 of our botany pots, because that's the most that we're going to be able to handle with this system, but that's okay. And this is also going to be kind of a temporary thing. Once we get hopper botany pots, we won't need this anymore, but we're going to put down our botany pots right there. And then right in here, we are going to set up, we won't be able to see this, but we are going to set up our timer right here. We're going to set the delay to once every 3 seconds. We don't need to pause while redstone's active. Just run all the time. And then our block rotator is going to sit right in there. And every time this thing gets a redstone signal... Oh, wait, no. It doesn't need to go there, does it? Because now that I think about it... Let me try. I think with this angle... Let me go sleep real quick. Now that I think about it, with this angle, I think it's only going to turn 2-directional. Because I don't think it will... Would it turn the item user? Like if I had it here... Because I may have to put it behind it. If so, that's fine. That's not really a big deal for us. Is it going to... it's just going to go back and forth because the rotator's below it. Yeah, so we're going to have to put the rotator behind it. That's fine. That's not a big deal for us. I need to go the other way. And let me, for now, cover that up. We'll put that there. So what we'll do instead is we'll have the timer right there set to 60. And just have that feeding up. And then if we take a look, this should be rotating, yeah, there. Then it's going to go there, and then it's going to go there. And it's going to rotate around these 3 botany pots. So that should work for us. Let me go ahead and shift right click, pull this stuff out. And we may set up another one of these systems as needed. But for right now, I think 3 trees should be okay for us, and then we'll expand out. Okay, so let's not set down our... Well, this doesn't have power right now, so we'll go ahead and put in our Zelkova, our jungle, and our willow in there, and we'll wait on the solar panel. And then let's go ahead and get one other thing. I think the best option that doesn't require... It does require ender pearls. I have yet to see an enderman. I mean, I know the roguelike would probably have ender pearls in it, but I'm not brave enough to chance that. I mean, I could make a big bay of, like, hoppers or something. But usually you can find... In the nether, there tends to be quite a bit of endermen, so... So I'm just going to go over to the quartz desert, and I'm going to come up right in here, and hopefully we can spot an Enderman and pull him over. I'm pretty sure this episode is going to end up being like 2 episodes, because this is actually taking a little while, but it will be worth it, I'm sure. We're almost done. We just got to get a couple things, basically. Aha, here we go. Let me come in just a little bit lower, though. This place is so pretty. Do those... Oh, quartz crystals hurt. But we can mine them with a pickaxe. Okay, great. Raw quartz blocks. Oh, I love it. It's like a better version of diorite. Okay, is there any Enderman? I'm going to make a waypoint. Just mark that as home. So that I can easily find my way back. Scythian Torrids. Huh. Oh yeah, I gotta get bamboo very, very soon. Let's grab some of this and just see. We can make scaffold with it at least. Frost magma. Ah! Gosh. It's too cold. Oh wait, I'm wearing gold pants, so they're not actually going to attack me. I mean, if I had a lot of gold ingots, I could maybe trade with them. But I am not seeing Enderman. I may have to just try for it at night. That may be my best bet. So we'll try that and just see if we can maybe spot an Enderman and just look at it, make it mad, and get it somewhere that we can kill it real easily. I'm also going to do a set home, and then that way we can do /home and warp back over. Maybe that's not the best place, but I'm going to hop out a little ways. There we go. This will be a good spot since I did spot that Enderman. Where are you at? There we go. You can do it, Enderman. Climb those vines. Hey, this is actually... Vines are like the best, maybe the best tool for killing Enderman. That wasn't, just an Ender Pearl fragment is all I got. Oh, man. 4 of those and I can make an Ender Pearl. Okay, well, it's day again, so I'm going to make a hammock. That way we can sleep until night. I got to get some compost set up soon. As well, we're going to do that pretty quick. And then let's go ahead and get some rope and nail also. And I'm going to set this up for now. Let's see, maybe have it coming off of a tree. 2, 3 here. So we'll put our rope and nail. I was thinking I could hang it off of that. It's nighttime anyways, so we'll put that in. That. Is it 2 blocks? I was thinking it was 3. There we go. No, it's 4. Okay. We'll hang our hammock up. Couldn't remember how far it was. It's been a little while since I've used a hammock. Toss that stuff into there. Alright, I'm going to set out and see if I could find an Enderman. But we can use that hammock to sleep through the day as much as we need to. And I don't know if it's going to be best to just find a place and camp. Oh no, it's not day. It's just an eclipse. So in that case, we're just gonna sleep till it doesn't see it as day right now. I thought, man, it got dark fast. Okay, the eclipse is past. Can I sleep? Yeah, I can sleep now. And while I'm doing this, I should probably get some tin smelting, maybe. And I'm also gonna have to get some glass, get some sand for glass. So while that's smelting up and everything, and while it's night, we're gonna pop over to the desert. Great place to generally hunt for Enderman. So I'm gonna pop home for a moment just to toss that in. And then I think beyond that, I think the vacuumulator is gonna be pretty straightforward. Oh, there's an Enderman. Now the only thing I didn't think about though is setting up for it. Come here. Oh, it's like a brute zombie. Actually, I'm gonna claim this just so if that creeper does explode, not really gonna impact us. Hey, be so kind as to please drop just one ender pearl. That's all I need. Ugh. You did it. Okay, what's this guy? Hulking zombie. Ugh. I actually don't want to mess with that at the moment. Let's do /home. And then we'll just pop up here and sleep real quick. Alright, we got our ender pearl, so yay. So I'm going to get our tin and our glass. Grab a hopper. Let's get our servo. Let's get our vacuumulator. Okay, we totally cheesed the Enderman, but I don't care. Alright, so what we're going to do, as far as collecting these items goes, I guess what we'll do is we will set up the vacuumulator. Let's pop down here really quick. Let's set the vacuumulator up right there. It covers a pretty good space. Now, it probably would be worth it to set up filters for this, but let's say always on the item user also. Yeah. Let's take our item pipes and just run this down. Say extract, and we're going to run that out just like this. Let's actually stack it here because I don't want it to be blocked by the solar system. So we'll just have to do that for now. Temporary solution. And then what we're going to do is just set up energy pipe because this won't directly feed on its own. And then we're going to put that solar panel setting right up there. These actually generate some pretty decent power. And then we're going to feed that down. Now it will, it'll click the block rotator, but it doesn't really matter. We don't need an item or anything like that in here. It's just going to spin around and break these as they are fully grown. So, and if we take a look down here, well, actually it would have, we did set this to extract, right? So we'll give it a little bit to run and get these items. I don't think it will actually need all of the space that we provided. But that's fine. You could see we're actually running at a positive amount there. So, all right, now the other thing that I want to get is a harvester. We're going all out cyclic today. So we're going to need some nether quartz, some mason plates, which is mason steel, blocks of iron for that. And mason iron, blocks of iron for that. Mason stone. Phew. Okay. It's going to be a lot of iron, basically. But luckily, I've got a bit. Ooh, but I don't think I have enough. I think it's going to take 4 blocks. That's fine, though. Let me just pop down and do just a little bit of quick mining just to get some more iron. And we probably will start into some tinkers before too long. I think we're going to start with tinkers and then we're going to move over to silence gems. I like silent gems a lot more. Or silent gear, I mean. I like it a lot more, but I'll use tinkers to start with. That way we can use both. This pack, since it doesn't have Tetra, thank goodness, I don't need 3 tool mods. 2 even is kind of pushing it. But at least we kind of got choices, I guess. Okay, so there's our mason steel. And we will need power for this as well. We're going to get that. Probably just make another solar panel for now. There's our mason iron. And our mason plate. There is our harvester. Oh, well, that sheep just killed himself. Yeah, I got to get these moved because now I don't even have enough to to rebreed. They just keep dying. Between wild creatures and suicide, they have now all died off, pretty much. But luckily, I have a lot of wool. That'll give me time to get an actual sheep pen built. So I don't have to worry too much about that. Okay, so we got that. Let's go ahead, and as far as setting this up, I think we're going to set it up right over here for now. And we're going to set this to, yeah, I don't need it to be nearly that big. As you can see, these things are super OP. I just want like a 9x9 area. That's all I want. That's it. Maybe even for now, just a 7x7 would be fine. So, and I am going to use water source. We're going to hydrate this. Turn that off. We'll say always on, and it's going to need some power. So we'll get that in just a moment. And then let's go ahead. Let me get my my hoe. I'd like to get maybe some lily pads of fertility pretty quick. But I don't have the mob drops needed for that at the moment. I did notice that slime pearls can drop. You can get those from the slime bees, from resourceful bees. So we're definitely going to be starting into that soon. Not this episode, we don't have time, because we're way over already. To the point it's going to be 2 episodes. That'll be fine. Let's go ahead and just plant our seeds. I'm just going to plant these directly in, and then of course we could grow these in botany pots. They'd grow a little bit faster, but right now setting up botany pots is a little bit involved, and in addition, I just want to get the seeds, and I want to make big farmlands with these, because then it's going to be a lot faster than a single or even 2 botany pots. And especially once we get like lily pads of fertility and stuff, and growth accelerators, we can make it a lot faster. Okay, so we're going to need, I guess I'm just going to make another solar instead of just having like energy conduits ran across. So I'm going to get this stuff together. It's not too bad at this point. I just have to get more lead. That's the biggest part of it. But luckily, as long as you're mining between like 20 and 40, lead is actually super common in this pack. So lead's not as bad as it is in a lot of packs. Yeah, that took all of about 5 seconds. So all of what I needed was right in that main chamber. I don't know if there's anything else we want to auto harvest. The big thing is just getting more seeds, which these will be able to give additional seeds kind of passively. What do we got over here? We have jungle logs, sticks, Zelkova saplings, willow logs, and Zelkova logs. And right now this is producing 39 RF per tick. That is dependent, of course, on the weather and if it's day and all that. But I really don't think... We've got all the logs, we get all the saplings, and I don't think there's going to be anything else. I think 2 drawers would be fine. Because I think willow is just going to be 3 things. Yeah, because there's no fruit that comes out of this. So let me just pull that off. I only need those 2. So really I could have them set up behind this. I may try to figure out a way to spruce this up. May even move it. I love the amount of produce you get from Pam's. Like, it's just so much. So much produce. And I tell you what, while that's finishing up on lead, let's go ahead... Just because we can at this point. There's really no reason not to. And this, once we get a few of these seeds, this is going to give us a good way to get a lot of jungle. To the point it might be worth taking jungle out of that and putting in something else that, with a wood that we can't get through seeds. But let's go ahead and get wood seeds. Because we might as well. There's some dye essence. And then let's go ahead and get our solar. So we'll go ahead and put that on. And we're going to say, for right now, we're going to say it requires redstone. Because I want to get this grown. Alright, now I haven't used the harvester since they got rid of the inventory. So I don't know if it has to be used with a collector or if it'll backfeed So that's why I set that to requires redstone. So if it's always on, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to have a collector for this one as well, which is fine. Let's go ahead. Let me just sleep. Let me go kill another Enderman, and then we'll be all set up at that point. We need another vacuumulator, I suppose. And we'll come back out to the desert for this, because I think this is probably our best bet for farming Enderman at the moment, until we get something a little bit better going. Oh, there's a desert temple over there. A couple Endermen over there. There we go. And there we go. So we got our Ender Pearl. I'm going to go ahead, I guess, and warp home. There's this desert temple here, but I don't have much in the way of inventory space. I don't know what that guy is. But let's go ahead and get our vacuumulator. Alright, so we're just going to put the vacuumulator in right here, I think. Yeah, and apparently I left this on. I didn't realize it. So it's just been running. That's okay. Well, no, because its range isn't going to be enough, is it? Because I'm just going to put it right here. Instead of having to get into upgrading it, since I didn't set this to extract, let's do that. Okay. Now it should be able to collect all the items, and we can get the various different essences. Yeah, there we go. There's wood, coal, dye, stone, dirt, and fertilized essence there. Oh, but we're also going to have seeds, right? It's a low chance on seeds, but there is still that chance. But this will be enough space for everything but seeds. And then seeds can just go in the vacuumulator. They're super rare, and I'll just kind of keep an eye on that for now. Okay, it's been a little bit since the last recording, but this system is now gone. Something I didn't think about is, honestly, I forget that in vanilla, you harvest crops by breaking them and not just right-click. Because, you know, it's been around forever, and so it just slips my mind. And to get the seeds, they actually have to be broken. Unless they're in a botany pot, they have to be broken. So our harvester wasn't actually getting seeds. So I ended up changing up our system. I also removed this system while I was at it. Because I figure, even though we're going to change our botany pots, I'd like to keep this set up. And that way we've kind of got it as just a stepping stone, basically, that's left behind. And I did do a little bit of work over here. And over here, I started doing this. It's not totally done. But put a little base under our altar. And over here is our system for generating our crops and stuff. So we have our botany pots, dirt, stone, wood. Over here, I went on a little bit of a journey right up in here to find a beach. So I went on a little bit of a journey to get some seagrass or beach grass a bit back, because I was going to need that. And then we got Zelkova and we got Willow. And we have basically double stacked item users up here that are cycling around. Up top you can see our solar panels. We have both of those up here since I did break down our harvesting system. So I just used the vacuumulator and the solar from that system to make this a little bit cheaper. And if we go around, I did start into a little bit of chipped with some lanterns and things up there. And if we come around, you can see the backside here. We are farming our nature, our water, our dye, our coal, our sika, and our river saplings over on this side. And the beach grass is being deposited over here. Originally, I had jungle still, but I really don't need it with the wood essence. I'm getting tons, the ability to make tons and tons of jungle. As far as the way this is set up, and then of course over here, I moved our furnace because it was blowing smoke into the windows over there. But basically the power comes down and it goes in on the top and bottom of the item user. Vacuumulator sends items out the bottom, feeds them into these drawers. All pretty straightforward. I guess I can slip back here just so you guys can see the inside. So you can see some item pipes, you can see some timers. I looked at some RF like piping or something just to have one timer, but these are honestly as cheap as anything, so I just went ahead and set up 4 of those. And you can see the energy pipes, pretty straightforward, basically just expanding on our setup and basically quadrupling our number of botany pots. And then vacuumulator, they are pumping the items out, and they are pumping the items out. And I'm going to be storing some items on these spruce shelves. But all the drawers are locked, and all the drawers have void upgrades and storage upgrades. Just an iron one because it was cheap. Also, my last sheep did die, so I don't have any sheep. And one cow did die, which is unfortunate. Over here, we have this little structure. This is what I needed the beach grass for, was building this structure. This is the one that I actually just recently finished off. It's pretty straightforward. Jungle stockade fences, beach grass. And if we come down into here, we have a little like hovel on the inside with some jungle crates because they felt right. Some crates of food. You do have a chimney kind of poking up out of this, and then some shelving. I'm figuring that oh, and my dead rat, my raw rat over here. And then I figure we're going to brew some potions down here. You know, we got that brewing stand while we were exploring. So I figure, well, this will make a good little kind of witch's hut kind of thing for brewing in. And then back in here, a little space. So kind of a rundown little shelter back in here. And if we continue over, I did move this. So mossy waystone here. Probably will keep it here now. It was kind of in just a temporary general spot over there before. And then over here we have kind of a big brazier tower. And this is where our harvester is at the moment. This is where it's going to stay. It's not actually plugged up at the moment. Of course, it's not farming anything either. But I think that's where we're going to keep it, and that way it can kind of harvest whatever we plant over here. May end up being mystical agriculture seeds, or it may be something else that we maybe need a bit of. And then over here, I've started into some Macaw's bridges. So this mod has both Macaw's bridges and platforms, both really, really awesome. And we are going to be using both of them. But I thought for right here, Macaw's bridges felt right. And our bovine shaman head over there. Industrial hemp kind of planted along the banks here to kind of spruce up the river a little bit. And I've started clearing out a lot of this just random dirt from the swamp. Kind of opening this up a little bit so that we can get into boats. Because this mod pack does have the good boats from the ship mod. These right here. So a lot of really cool boats. We will be getting into these a little bit, especially the smaller boats like the rowing boats. Probably the cogs. The rest of these will just kind of be for fun. They don't really fit our build all that much, I don't think. And then this is going to come over to an area that I'm going to be working on terraforming, and this is where a lot of the main base, I guess, a lot of the bigger section of the base is going to be. And then we'll have villages kind of around that and bridges coming in. So I need skulls. I need skeleton skulls. So that's something that we're going to have to work on getting set up before too long, because I am in dire need of skeleton skulls at the moment. But yeah, so I just wanted to pop you guys in and kind of give you a run through of the village, because I have been actually getting a lot of work done now that I have the seeds and the wood coming in. I don't have to stop and go cut down trees and stuff as much. And to kind of show you this little moved setup, because it was just kind of a pile of machines before, and I really didn't want that, and I also didn't want this to just be a temporary system. We can leave this, there's no harm in that. And this way, it's not really a rush to get to Botany, and we're going to get a lot of use out of these botany pots, more so than if we just had the 3 or something, because they're not that expensive really to scale out. And those solar panels provide plenty of power. I could probably double this and still run it off of 2 solar panels, honestly. They just don't use, the item users don't use very much power at all. The harvesters use a little bit more, but the item users don't use much. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.